political settlement to the problem. True reconciliation is to happen. He must be honest. It's by accepting that a federal solution is the only way, that we have to go beyond the unitary state. Otherwise, there is no solution to the ethnic problem. This president needs legitimacy. We can't be fooled again and again. This is an opportunity that the president must prove.
We all agree. Every country should have its unique models. We must do justice to them also. President Wickremesinghe had honestly communicated this. He had visited North and East. We are going to remove the PTA altogether and replace it with a new law.
The president's most recent announcement calling the Tamil parties for negotiations with regards to finding a political settlement to the problem. Now that is probably the most important element. If this perception based on past realities is to be different. Now the president, more than anybody else, I've said this previously in this house, knows that if true reconciliation is to happen, he must be honest. The Honourable Minister also knows this. He must be honest in going before the Sinhalese people and telling them, I say, look, 75 years of ethnic conflict has only ruined this country. We have made enemies within, and if we don't resolve this problem, this is going to get worse. We are in a political crisis, we are in an economic crisis. We can't be going on like this. And look, whatever we said in the past, we're telling you now, the truth is that the only way the ethnic problem can be solved is by going beyond a unitary state. Is by accepting that a federal solution is the only way. And that federalism is not separation. The Honourable Minister knows that more than anybody else. He's a lawyer. There are enough safeguards that you can bring in constitutionally, where once the Tamil ethnic conflict is resolved, where Sri Lanka recognizes its plurinational nature, then the need for secession will be given up even by the Tamil people. You can have those constitutional guarantees as well. But no. So if we are to take that invitation seriously, Honourable Presiding Member, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
If we are to take that invitation seriously, Honourable Presiding Member, then our party's view is that the President must in fact come out and say what I just said. He must tell the Sinhalese people that we have to go beyond the unitary state, otherwise there is no solution to the ethnic problem. And he must tell the world that these negotiations will be on the basis of federalism. And in the course of those negotiations, he will also ensure that whilst the Tamil national question is resolved to the satisfaction of the Tamil people and the Muslims and the upcountry Tamils, that the Sinhalese people's biggest fear probably of secession through the resolution of the Tamil national question will be addressed. Constitutional guarantees through the resolution of the Tamil national question will be got from the Tamils and others, whoever it may be. But without doing that, Honourable Presiding Member, to go and sit at negotiations, in my view, is yet another exercise of time buying. And that is why, Honourable Presiding Member, I ask my colleagues who represent the northeast of the TNA and Mr. Honourable Justice Vigneswaran not to rush. This president needs legitimacy. He needs to show that everybody is engaging with him. For him, that's the most important thing. And whilst I am not against engaging, for as long as certain barriers are gone beyond, we can't be fooled again and again. And for that to happen, if the president does not give these assurances, not just to the Tamils, but most importantly to the Sinhalese, because we don't want the Sinhalese people to tomorrow get up and say that they were lied to. No solution is going to be sustainable if the Sinhalese people feel that they were lied to. I truly believe that if we are honest, whether it be federal or whatever, if we are honest to the people and explain to them that reality, then they will come on board. But without those assurances being given, I appeal to my colleagues who represent the Northeast not to rush. This is an opportunity that the President must prove his bona fides, if not the consequences of those members of Parliament who represent the Northeast from the people of the Northeast will be very, very similar to how the people in the South reacted. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Ponnambalam, thank you for your speech and some of the valid concerns. We all agree. We need to find a way to reconcile and get Sri Lanka going forward as a united nation. But reconciliation had not been part of the Foreign Ministry agenda. Foreign Ministry is supporting it because that's a part of the job internationally to dealing with it. Reconciliation, for the purpose of reconciliation, there is already established a high-powered cabinet subcommittee led by His Excellency the President himself. Prime Minister is there, myself is there. Justice Minister is there, and also Fisheries Minister is there. So we are engaging. There is a mechanism. I know the proof of pudding is on the eating. It takes time. But why I am passionate is that one of the reasons that I entered into politics is just to bring whatever I could do, bring this people together. You, me, everybody must feel we are all Sri Lankans, and we must stand united. In that, we should be able to produce that Sri Lankan identity where everybody is dignified. We stand for that. And the South African model is not that we are going to follow that. We are just trying to look at the structure of that and to learn from that. I understand and I agree with every country should have its unique models. You know, South Korea had their own model when they were subjected to military rule and the dictatorship. Peru had their own thing. Bogota had something else. South Africa had... So we are studying all these contours, and then we have to come somewhere which is suitable to our country and which is unique. And we have never said that, of course, we are looking at it and truth and reconciliation through that to find peaceful solution. But we have not ruled out, once the truth is elicited, going beyond that. So therefore, it's all in early stages. We are open on this, and I agree, we cannot afford to have another eyewash. We need to sit, we have to be genuine, and we need to... this is also important internationally for the South and the Sinhalese and the soldiers also, because everybody is clubbed together and accused of war crime and all sorts of things. So they also need a platform for them to redeem themselves. Some of them have done yeoman service, you would have seen at the end of the war, by looking after the Tamils who were fleeing the war zone. So you must do justice to them also. And therefore, I think President Wickremesinghe had honestly communicated this. He had visited North and East. He has established Vavuniya, an office there. 21st Amendment has come. Whether it has been diluted or not is debatable. But we are serious in amending the PTA, which we have done. And then we are going to remove the PTA altogether and replace it with a new law. So therefore, there is some honest effort that has been made. For therefore, I request the members of the Tamil Alliance and the Tamil parties, and including your party, to engage and discuss and debate, and no need to agree. But let's make progress together so that we don't need to go and waste our resources, try to fight each other in the international arena. But in the meantime, it's also important, we need to understand that just like the Tamil psyche and their feelings, I understand that, you need to understand the feelings of the South and the people somewhere else. Last week, throughout the world, we have images and the discussion. There is LTT, and they are saying that they are an extension of LTT. They are celebrating. They are saying that they have not given up the dream of a secession and all those things. So we have to come to a middle ground, a moderate ground, and promote Sri Lankan and bring peace once and for all. So therefore it's also important, they also must understand that.